Evening. Hey, we're hopping right in. Welcome to another destructive episode of Destroy All Podcast. 05.
Yeah.
Uno.
No.
Me, I'm 3. Please like, share, subscribe. We're not going to waste any time. You may get clearance. We got somebody with something on his heart. Gino Black. First, I need you to tell the world about your journey here in Cincinnati. Then I want you to go right into it. I want you to go right in what we came for.
Well, that's a longer story than the point.
Okay.
But I'll oblige. My name is Gino Black. In the 90s in Cincinnati, they called me the G. I had a rap group called Bomb Threat. I had a record company called Power Blast Worldwide. I started my record company in 1992. I put out my first tape as a solo artist called Cincinnati. It was right around the time of Maplethorpe.
I remember that.
Wow.
The tape did big things.
Yeah, I remember that in at Kips.
Yeah. Yeah. We were moving those tapes, man. Tapes did well. I later formed a group called Bomb Threat. Went from solo to forming a group. Also, as a label, I signed another artist in town, Cuddy B. Spooky. Rest his soul. He's passed on. God rest Cuddy B. Soul. Resting in power. Signed him. He was another rap artist. Produced him. Released 2 of his CDs at the time in the 90s. Released 2 Bomb Threat CDs in the 90s, in addition to the Cincinnati tape. I kind of made my own way. I built I legitimized my company from the ground up. I had a recording studio down on Vine Street on the corner of Juergens and Vine, Power Blast Worldwide. Had that spot running from 98 to 2002 when I left the city. Recorded with a lot of people. Pretty much all the people that you know probably came through at one time or another, from, Scandal, God rest the dead. God bless him too. He was one of the guys that came through the studio and we had a good relationship, but just a little bit of everybody. We mixed it up with a little bit of everybody. By the tail end of the 90s, once we had established ourselves here, what we started to do was seek outside of the city. So by 1998, Scribble Jam, for example, we were already booking our own tours outside the city as Bomb Threat. I even signed a heavy metal band to my label at the time. Damn. So I was managing a heavy metal band because I can get us into the venues leading with a heavy metal band.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it was all about business for me from day one.
Love it.
I've been rapping since 1983. I'm 52 years old now. Been rapping since 1983. I took the business more serious than anybody else around me. Like I had an LLC before they knew what LLC was in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way that I moved. During the 90s, in 1998, I turned down 2 record deals, 2 offers, because they wanted to own everything and give us nothing. Mm-hmm. They offered us $250K. This is a major label. Who it is doesn't matter, but they're still a major. They offered us $250K, and I have 5 mouths to feed, not including my family, which is my wife and my kids. The money wasn't right.
Yeah.
The money wasn't right. We were being scouted by Warner as well at the time, but Warner's not the one that made the offer. So their competitor made the offer. You can guess one of the 2 who it is.
Yeah.
The money just wasn't right. It wasn't going to do anything for me. I come from a background of leadership and mentorship. So I've always been a business mind. So for me, the math wasn't making sense. I didn't need to be famous and poor 2 years later.
Right.
I already had wife and kids in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So during the 90s, as I was putting out these tapes and these CDs, I was married with a kid in my 20s.
Still
And
feeding
then
family.
another kid. So this was all business for me. I didn't have time to play games. I also worked with another rock band in the early 90s called Leap Skyward in Cincinnati. And they opened the door to get us into Top Cats. What a lot of people never mention when they do these nostalgia tours about the city is who was really the first hip hop rap group in Top Cats?
That's a great question.
It was Bomb.
Was it Bomb Threat?
It was Bomb Threat because we opened up for a rock group that was really, really cool with Vicky.
That makes perfect sense.
That makes sense.
She introduced us to Vicky, and Vicky just fell in love with us. So we would come up there all the time. She, give us free beers. You know how Vicky was, big personality.
Yeah.
Love her.
She's like, you guys want to do a setup here on your own? After we did the thing with the rock band. I mean, we were just clowning around with them on stage, but the guy was cool. He wanted to do some business. And for me, contrary to everybody else, I'm about music, period. Not just hip hop. I'm about music.
Okay.
Music and business. So I was already making moves with the rock guys in town because they were the ones getting in the venues. They were the ones getting the money from the draw from the door. So I worked my way into the rock guys to get in the door at Top Cats. And once we got in the door, we kicked the doors open. We had a big show. We had Superpowers there. We had a couple other artists there too. We just had a nice little night there before it became a thing.
Okay.
Way before it became a thing. Similar situation up there with the Mad Frog. There's like, who really shut it down in the Mad Frog? Well, we know who held the torch and kept it alive. We know who that is. We know who that era, but who really got in the Mad Frog first?
Who kicked the door in?
Who kicked the door in when nobody else was getting in there?
I feel like Mad Frog is how I know Bomb Threat.
Right.
And probably all you guys.
Me too.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
I used the rock guys to get us in the doors, bro.
Makes sense.
And then it became acceptable. So I got a heavy metal band, alternative rock band, and then a hard rap group. So instead of just booking the band, I tell them it's a package. You got to book this band and a rap group or that band and a rap group. And we started building up a tour and just going from state to state doing shows with a rock band and a rap band, a rock band and a rap band. So post 98, CD, we were in and out of Cincinnati already. All the shit that's flying now, the Jack the Rapper, the going down to Miami. Like I moved to Miami. Like I don't even live in Cincinnati no more.
Right.
I've been out because when you want to swim with the sharks, you got to go where the sharks are. You got to be in the business. You got to be in the place where you're trying to do business. Yeah. And that's what I've always been about. I've never had any real beef with anybody, which is what we're going to lead up to the thing.
What we came for.
Right. Well, I don't really want to talk about that for too long if he's not going to be here, because I just really want to just ask him the question face to face or Zoom to Zoom. But if he's not going to be here, there's really no point in talk about it. But we worked real hard, man, and we were cool with a lot of the guys. We did the parties in the park and all that stuff. Everything everybody else was doing. I will just tap on the question, because I think it was a foul way that question was answered at the end of that podcast that I'm referring to. It was, why come Cincinnati never pop? The real answer is, one, racism. The real answer is the conservative nature of Cincinnati and the mind state of Cincinnati. Cincinnati is predominantly of the mind state of, we like it here, we don't want to go anywhere. Even if our lives depend on it, we don't want to go anywhere. I tried to get a few out of town with me, to move with me, to come with me. Even once I set up shop in Miami, I tried to get some of these cats to come with me. They're scared to go. They'll go for the weekend.
Why? Why do you think, though? Why?
I can't speak on their state of mind, bro. I've been racking my head for 20 years. But what I knew what was right for me. Because now you're talking about these festivals, right? You think festivals become the biggest shit in the world over the last 10 years, right?
Yes.
We were doing festivals in the 90s. Bomb Threat. We were doing South by Southwest, North by Northwest. We did North by Northwest in 1998 in Toronto, Canada.
Wow.
We were at the Def Jam Miami weekend performing. We were in Chicago opening up for Cruise for Conflict and paying our dues, all everywhere. the mindset was we're not going to get any real praise or traction
here.
We can do this here. Nobody cares about here. And if you look at history, any intelligent human being can tell you historically, those greats that came from here that we love so much, they left. They got the fuck out of here. They got out. They got out. So it's psychological to me. You know,
okay.
I don't want to get super deep on a hip hop podcast, but it's psychological to me. You understand?
Hey, I want to know because I still think it's possible here with more business-minded people.
Well, let me tell you. I've been in and out more recently, frequently.
Okay.
I do notice this. I'm going to say this, and I want to say this super positive. So the younger kids now that are out there doing it in Cincinnati, they're doing it.
They are.
They're keeping their network. They are promoting each other. They are working with each other. They are turning each on to other opportunities. Every time I try to turn a cat onto an opportunity, it seems like foreign language to them. I got tired of preaching to monkeys.
Oh, I'm busy.
This is what I said.
I can do it, if I can make it happen.
This is what I said last week. This is what I said on the show 2 weeks ago.
Think about it. So, as you also know, you guys know the history better than me because I like put it in the rear view, bro.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna get to is what I'm still working with 3 artists in Cincinnati.
Okay.
1 hip hop artist in particular. We're gonna get to that though. But my ties are still in the city. But for me, I can't really sit here and even speculate why these guys don't get it. Because the ones that I know personally, the ones that I have worked with personally, they've heard the same shit from me that you guys are hearing right now. It's not making sense to them.
How can it not make sense to 40-plus-year-olds? Now, you're still in the same spot.
Right.
Yeah.
You're still here.
Yeah.
All the talent in the world in the same spot. Wouldn't it behoove you to team up with other people?
Right.
Even if we're just here, team up with people with other skill sets, mindsets to grow this thing? No, I'm too busy.
Right.
I'm too busy.
Also, look at it like this. It's also widely said, you know, it's the thing that set the fire off with me was the crabs in the barrel. It wasn't the crabs in the barrel because the comment should have been crabs in the barrel, period. Not followed by my name associated with it.
Jesus, yes.
Word.
Maybe it was a mistake.
You talk for a fucking hour about the good old days, and I'm not mentioned once. But not Miami, I'm sorry. My mind's on the beach. So check it out. So you talk for a fucking hour about the people we all know and love, the same people that always get the love, the same people that everybody likes, or some people super hate. Either way, we know the normal crew, right? I'm not mentioned. My name's not mentioned. My label's not mentioned. My group's not mentioned. Why didn't Cincinnati never pop? Crabs in the barrel should have been period.
Period. Yeah.
But he said,
got you.
Bomb threat. Like, why the fuck was I on his mind?
Oh.
That's what I want to ask him.
I need to find out.
And I know I want to
I
ask
have to hear it.
It was probably that Irkin jerk, be honest with you, but yeah, I hear you.
You understand? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yes.
Science of my thinking and why I said we need to have a conversation. And this is not no hood shit. This is not no internet beef. I'm a businessman.
This is business.
He's talking about my name, saying that I did something shady. I want him to tell me when that occurred because, to be honest with you guys, I've never said a word to him face to face. I would walk past him in Walmart, wouldn't even know who the fuck he is. I don't even know him.
Right on.
Oh.
So you didn't associate back in the day on the public radio station? No,
I
nothing?
don't know him.
Wow. Okay.
Now, he may know another member of my group at that time.
Correct.
He may be the guy that's acting as my vice president at that time. But we had no business dealings. None.
No scribble jams, no record pool, no nothing.
I never used his record pool, and I'm going to tell you why. I never used his record pool. I never paid for him to do one of those janky ass remixes to put on the air. Never. We had our own resources. We built our own resources. I was distributing worldwide in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That's why it's called Power Blast Worldwide.
So
I have my own distribution deal with a Sony partner.
how could you not, like, this is the first time I'm hearing any of this. Likewise, gentlemen, have you heard
Yes.
any of this?
No.
So
I mean, no, I haven't heard this. No.
so why is it so well hidden? Is it because you did so well? Is it because you did so well?
My ego would tell you, fuck yeah. But let's be real here, gentlemen. Like you said, these are over 40-year-old individuals here.
Right.
Right. So this is how crazy it was for me. I wasn't listening to the podcast. I tuned in after. I listened to a couple episodes after that.
Appreciate that.
Look, fellas, don't take it personal. You know, I
We
did
don't.
for a couple after that. But look, I don't concern myself with things Cincinnati. I just don't. I'm still making music. I'm still marketing worldwide. I got international clients. My company is now a marketing and distribution company. I'm still working. When I heard that what was said, I had to listen to him talk for all that time to just get to that last 12 seconds to say what he said.
Oh man.
Oh,
Right? And I'm a busy guy.
I appreciate
Show's a
it.
little long. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we let him go that night. We sure did.
Right, and that's fine. Now, you can say any fucking thing because at the end of the day, it's all revisionist history anyway.
Yeah.
We can't say anything definitive. You know, just like I said, we would have to have Miss Victoria would have to be here to confirm what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd have to be there to confirm anybody that contradicted it.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. But I know what I know, and my group knows what we know.
And we know Top Cats enough to know that story checks out regardless. That ain't a bullshit story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, man, like I say, when I heard that and I looked who it was, bro, I had to look him up on Facebook to see what he looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
Right on.
Now,
Yeah.
we are friends with some of the same people, but we are not even Facebook friends. So I want to ask him to tell me what the situation was where I crabbed him, explain it to me, enlighten me. Did I forget about this? There's something happened that was in another multiverse or something. Tell me what I
yeah. Maybe it was like
I don't want to throw shots. I want you to tell
I
me.
got you. Yeah.
And in the same vein, when I look at him on Facebook, you know what? I ain't even going there. Let's just say the gentleman is not polished. So back to business, right? So
yeah, because I think you got some gems if you have time to share a little bit more with us.
Yeah, man. I'm starting my own podcast too, man. So I actually listen to you guys so I can see how it's done. Learn from y'all guys, right?
See how it's done somewhere. I mean, you know.
Well, I'm gonna throw in a quick plug, so don't cut it out. It's called Music Therapy and Motivation with Gino Black, debuting next month.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that coming soon. I saw that.
Sir. Yeah. We're dropping. I'm just gonna be talking business. I'm gonna be teaching artists about.
marketing. We need that, man.
I'm gonna be teaching artists about the business, about the contracts. I've got a lot of contacts and a lot of information. I've been trying to dump on these fools.
That sounds like a high value podcast right there.
Yes, that's a Patreon. That's not for free.
Definitely, man. So, like I said, like I said, I've been tuning in since I heard that, and I have calmed down since I heard that. listening and reminiscing and stuff, listening to some of the old names I haven't heard or seen in so long. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been gone. But the quick wrap up, say we had the tapes first, and I believe, and I arguably I believe when we got our first CD for Bomb Threat in 1996, in September 96. I think we were the first crew with actual CDs in the city too.
Jesus.
I believe it.
I believe that.
I believe it. I actually I got something I want to share with you. Can you guys see this?
Turn your background. Is that it?
The press kit?
Yeah, it's an old press kit.
That's an old press kit. Yeah.
Wow. It got the label.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, it's an empty press kit. But
Just
it does have, it's got Ernie's card in it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, man, that's good shit, man. Yeah,
I had dinner with Jessica Jackson. Do you know Jessica Jackson? Does that name ring a bell?
It doesn't ring a bell. Enlighten me.
Okay. Yeah, she would run the door and security at like Mad Frog, Top Cats. She helped organize a lot of stuff at Mad Frog too, and she was collecting people's press kits.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I told her you were on tonight, and she was like, I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And actually, on the way home, she called me like, yo, I have a Bomb Threat CD from '98. I think it's their second album.
Yeah, that was
she
it.
just found it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. On that note, like I say, man, I think we were a first for a lot, but nobody ever brings our name up in that shit.
I've never heard it.
And no one else tried to copy that formula for real, like that.
Nobody watched you and said, this is the way.
You know what? I will say, Rob, we tried that route, but we weren't with rock bands. We were with like
other hip hop,
other not really hip hop groups, but other groups that people migrated to. So we started doing shows. Remember with that place in that group in Columbus?
Yeah.
And then we tried that path, but the rock thing is
brilliant for this city. Hell
that was brilliant.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know what they told us? We were crazy.
Yep.
And then it worked.
And so while at the end of the 90s, going into the millennium, while they're fighting over who's the hottest at the Mad Frog, et cetera, we're on the road. We had already been to France. We're on the road. We went to a Midem Tech conference in, 99, 2000. Me and Cuddy B. Spooky jumped over to France just to try to get some foreign distribution.
Man,
that's business
I've
right
had
there,
foreign
bro.
Distribution since 2002.
Wow.
Foreign distribution, not Distro Kid, not CD Baby, Fire Blast Worldwide.
Plug the name of that podcast you're putting out again. Everybody that listens is going to have to listen to that one.
Yeah, it's Music Therapy and Motivation with Gino Black.
Man,
there we go.
Yeah, so we're doing all this stuff, and I think, like I said, man, I think progressively, man. I gotta thank my grandmother and my uncle for these values and just the way that I hustle. For me, like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of these newfangled dudes that's like, oh, I do it for the money. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? I've been rapping, like I said, since '83. I came up as a battle kid in high school. I was battling in high school. And then but when I start something, man, I'm the type, I was always an entrepreneur too. You know what I'm saying? I always like, to me, just like everybody would tell you going way back, and this super history, and this you'll get a kick out of this. The book, what's everybody's first book? Everything you need to know about the music business, right?
Right. Right.
I read that book in like the first pressing, like 89 or 90. Before I even went back into the studio to do a demo after high school, I read the book so that I could understand how I'm going to get paid and how I get paid and what a manager does and what an agent does and what a record label is and what a distributor is and what A&R is and all the departments in the record label, how they work and why they work. Before I even jumped in the studio.
What my brother just said is people don't read.
Pretty much.
He just said
it's
people
right
don't
there.
read.
It's right there for you. That book's been around forever.
Y'all said it, but I say that every day to people. So I'm filling myself with knowledge and information. That's why I turned down the record deal, because I knew too much, but I didn't have enough leverage to come back a better deal. So it's this deal or no deal, twice.
Yeah, and in the 90s, they were just trying to just stroke and use up everybody.
Well, they were trying to sign anything that was hip hop.
It was the same time, right before Country Grammar came out. They came through the Midwest.
I mean, top 40 hip hop was on fire at that point. I mean,
the company that released Country Grammar is the label that I turned down.
Yeah.
They were coming through the Midwest trying to sign everybody. They were trying to get Tech Nine, and they're like, kick rocks. We're making too much money over here. They coming through the smaller cities. We had already been featured in the Source. We've been featured in the Source in the same, when they came through Cincinnati, same article with Mood and a couple of other people that they mentioned in there. And then I found out that Source it came out in the Biggie issue, the tribute issue to Biggie for that. And that was still the best-selling Source magazine to date in print. That was the best-selling print and Source issue with Biggie cover.
At one point, I had every issue.
I got them right under
wish I would have
this
saved
table over here. I have them.
Yeah. Well, we're in that.
I'm going to go look.
I sent them to soldiers in Afghanistan so they could read some hip hop magazines out there. But
right. So we're in that issue, right? And here's the thing. We weren't the only person that they asked to be a part of that little sensory expose. You know, the Source was sending people around in different regions. That's when all the regions were coming on their own.
Yeah.
It's right picking. You know, Seattle had all the rock shit. Now we're coming up with our hip hop shit. We're all getting our sound. They were looking. They were offering deals, but I'm not a fucking idiot. I understand math. So what I did was, well, if they offer me that and it's only worth this, I know what's spent on this, and this. Well, I can learn how to do that. I can learn how to do that. I can pay somebody to do that, and I can do that. At that moment in 1992, I wrote, produced, recorded, mixed, and mastered my own shit. Still to this day. And I was managing other artists, promoting other artists, producing other artists, pitching music to try to get other artists deals.
In 92, I was rapping in the bedroom over pause tape loops.
Yeah, 92, I was doing
Respect.
push-ups.
Right.
Respect.
Mindset.
So, I've never, ever, ever, ever been stingy with information. Never. Either the person's not asking the right question, or they're not asking at all, or they just don't want to hear you because they can't conceive that. That doesn't make sense to them because their brain can't process that.
Yeah, like
that goes back to the same way. If anybody wants to talk about, you know, the crabs in the barrel thing, or if people were hating on each other, why does somebody hating on you stop you from doing anything? Hey, they hated
to motivate you.
Look, everything I'm telling you right now, you're hearing for the first time, right?
Yeah,
correct.
You're for the first time. Why come all these fucking podcasts, nobody never mentioned this shit about us?
Man,
It blows my mind. I don't know.
I feel like y'all got Camp Load, man. Like, cause you know, they came out the same time as Jay-Z, and wow.
Right.
Jesus.
So what did I do? Did I say, oh, they hating on us, let me just stop rapping?
You kept growing.
Oh, they hating on us, let me not make no more beats. Oh,
yeah.
They trying to hold me back. No, I just got the fuck from around them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How can I? And here's the thing. After the question for the guy who doesn't want to come and talk to me, how can I be a crab in a barrel when I'm already out of the fucking barrel? I left the city, fool.
That detail, I don't think any of us were aware of.
I moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I feel like you're a buried secret. That's just crazy. Like we just opened Prince's vault.
So on Tuesday night in 2003 or 2002, while they're at the Mad Frog listening to Who's Got the Hot 16, I'm actually on the set with Bad Boys 2 being filmed in 2002.
Get out of here. So
you got to go where the sharks are if you want to learn how to swim with the sharks.
Mike Lowry.
At that time, at the top of 1999, when we really started going international, we had our records going out. I skipped that part. Let me go back. 1992 with the Cincinnati tape.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin, who I'm charmed to say is probably my best friend and my lieutenant in this whole thing from day one. He's in the military at the time. Cincinnati tape is in Cincinnati. Cincinnati tape is in Dayton. Cincinnati tape gets to Indianapolis. Cincinnati gets to Louisville. Cincinnati gets, you know the area,
Nashville, right? All that. Yeah.
Cincinnati gets to those spots, right? And this is just me, like literally, bro. Let me tell you the honest to God truth. When I started doing this fucking shit, it wasn't even no fucking CD manufacturers or tape manufacturers out. I got my tapes from one place. I got the the J cards printed from Minuteman Press downtown across from Lazarus.
Shout out to Minuteman Press. Yo,
and
that
I bought the CD and the tape cases from like a manufacturer in New Jersey. So I got blank tapes, dropped all the music on there myself at a multi-press, stuck the fucking tickets on, got the printers, put it all together myself, shrunk wrap each tape myself for my first run.
Wow.
Literally shrunk wrap each one of those Cincinnati tapes by myself, me and my cousin.
Drove a case to Kips, drove 2 cases to everybody's, drove a case to
yeah. I used to walk around with one of those old doctor's cases, man.
Hell
like
yeah, you did.
On those old movies, like those old Dr. London type movies.
Flips open at the top.
Yeah, I had that. I literally had that. I had that case full of tapes. And then when the CD came, we had them full of CDs. I'd walk up in there, get the consignment thing going, get our posters going, set up any in-stores. I was networking. I was always politicking. This was politics to me. Because I already learned it's not how much you know, because I started to know too much. And those labels don't like smart people.
No. Right.
They didn't like me because I was smart. But they held the cards. It's take it or leave it. I chose to leave it.
Oh, you don't know how to get your tapes made.
Right. So what I did was, I did that, right? Then what I also did, I said, you know what? I was running a record store at the time. I used to manage a Coconuts Music and a Camelot's Music. I was regional manager for a couple of record stores.
Fire.
I used to boost from Camelot.
I know you did. I saw it. I know you did. I saw the security tapes. So like, listen to what I'm saying, guys. Like, so this is all independent music. And then also my day job at one point from like 98 to 2001, I was managing record stores, multiple record stores. So I was in with Transworld Entertainment, which is the parent company of all those FIE and all those mall stores.
Right.
I got our stuff into Transworld Entertainment through my job. So we didn't have to go through ARC. We didn't have to go through we didn't have to go through Selecto Hits. We didn't have to go through anybody. I already put it in the Transworld system, and it went out to 1,500 stores. Bomb threat, boom. All we had to do was go city to city and do in-stores and market. And I made friends with all the other store managers in the different regions, so we just killed it from here to Chicago. So we weren't even in Cincinnati anymore.
Man.
I honestly believe the last function that we actively were at real heavy was Scribble 98. I think we did our last show at Mad Frog, maybe either 2000 and 2001.
It was early. Yeah.
It was early because I was already like gone pretty much. Yeah. And we did that one last show. I popped in a few times just to holler at Scan and whatnot, but we did our show there and it was like deuces, and I never touched Cincinnati again. And let's not be confused. I don't look at anybody like I had to beef with anybody. I did what the fuck I had to do because I didn't need a record label, because you know what I did, fellas? I went to the bank and got a loan to fund my record label and my studio.
Yeah. This has been the table talk for a couple of months now for us. So yeah, we feel you.
You need money to grow.
You're dropping gems.
Everything that you're hearing now on the new Music Business Podcast is talking about we're looking for investors, not labels. I've been doing that shit.
Yeah.
I got a bank loan. I got an SBA loan, Small Business Association loan. Got my studio operational. Then I got another investor for the CDs in 96. And then I got another investor for the CDs in 98. And then the re-up money kept paying for the re-up money. And what we were also doing that other people weren't doing at that time, and I'm surprised you never heard it before. No, I'm being rhetorical. I'm not surprised. We had merchandise in the 90s. And we sold more fucking t-shirts and hoodies than FUBU in the 90s. We had people buying our shirts that didn't even give a shit what the music was.
It says Bomb Threat. I love it. That's punk, dude.
We got from city to city selling t-shirts and CDs.
T-shirts, I love it.
And CDs.
I love it.
It's exactly what Juice Lee said last week.
Exactly. That we're developing a theme here.
That's what I've been telling you.
Gino, I would appreciate having you back on once we've done all that loan stuff and have created a studio and have the money to fly you out.
Yeah, man. I do it, man. I do it. I mean, yeah. No doubt, man. But do you kind of see where I'm coming from, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and now having talking to me for however long we've been on here, do you understand? I'm not coming. I don't want to come at that man on no fuck shit. Like everybody's on this 2004 rah-rah. This is not what this is about. I still run a fucking business, and you putting a slander behind my name. That affects my future clients. People pay me to do my job, to market their music. And you're saying this shit. What if they heard that shit?
Right.
It also but I'll be honest with you, not to interrupt you, but it also kind of highlights a responsibility that we have too. Like I could have edited that out and it wouldn't have even been a thing.
We didn't even know you were a person.
Yeah, but at the same time, we wouldn't be being blessed right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
this
has been really enlightening for me, man, for sure.
So again, so I was the guy in the 90s. I had really progressive ideas, man. And some people just didn't want to listen. I don't call that beef. I call that you do you and I do me. For example, we had the situation a couple of times where, this is hip hop versus this is rap. You guys do rap, we do hip hop.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Who cares?
Whatever.
Right.
I still sold more CDs than you. What the fuck ever. I don't care. Still booking us up at UC. What you doing?
UPS is still hiring.
You got a job. What the fuck you doing? So, and I say this, man, and I'm telling you, like, this is in the 90s, bro. I had young kids and I was married and I was still doing this shit around the clock.
There's no excuses.
Record store all day, studio all night, and still raising kids, yo. 20-something.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Got my shit together, bought my own house. After I bought my own house, that's an immediate increase in your credit. So then you say, what can I do with my LLC? I got an uncle that knows a few thing or two. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe you should do this and maybe you should do that. And it should be an S corporation. Or should it be an LLC? Or should it be a C corp? Should it be this? How should we build this thing? How can we insulate you in case you get sued? How can you do that? What's got the best tax breaks? What's going to go back for the kids? I'm thinking about this in the 90s, bro.
Look at Special Agent 3's head exploding over there, Gino.
I'm doing this in the 90s.
You just told me I'm on the right path. I'm thinking the right way. Thank you.
What you're saying is nothing short of what we have had at least 3 discussions about.
Good,
exactly.
Good. Confirmation is good.
Now, let me ask you this. What made you move? Say we're at this point where we keep talking about it. What's the next move for us? What makes us move?
What makes us move is running my studio full time. I even stopped working my day job at the record store to do my studio full time. That's how well I was doing. So I wasn't concerned with the hottest 16 or the freshest breakbeat. I love that shit, but that shit doesn't serve me. That shit
who's blocking the business?
Who's buying a 4-hour block?
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I had to sit through a whole bunch of dog shit sessions with a whole bunch of dog shit pretenders. I sat through some really good sessions. I worked with some good people and I worked with some shitty people. But my job was to make the money.
Build the finance.
Right. It built up my skills as a mix engineer. I'm a phenomenal mix and mastering engineer. I was already a great producer, but it made me be a self-taught engineer. I learned from Dave and those guys. I was down there at Beatbox for a bit. I was probably everywhere everybody else was, right? But I decided, why am I paying these fuckers when I can just do my own shit?
I love this show.
That's it. That's it right there.
And so I worked with this guy named David True. What was Beatbox? Dave Arps, right?
Dave Arps.
Mm-hmm. Dave Arps Beatbox.
And Chris, I can't remember Chris. Wasn't there a Chris?
Chris Fee or
maybe.
Chris? No.
Maybe it wasn't Chris.
Anyway, I worked with those guys a couple times because I used to work with Ron. And I know you talk about Ronnie Ron a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Ron went to school. We used to actually rap together in high school, me and Ronnie Ron. But it was around that time when the Hum Plays was coming out, because I remember we were working on that at his house and shit. And like that's my guy, right? So that started to take off. I'm happy for this guy. I'm so ecstatic for him.
That's boombox legendary for me,
Yeah,
bro.
no doubt, no doubt. He ups. He wants to move a little while later. He wants to move down to Atlanta. He gets up out of here. He shouts at me before he gets up out of here. I don't know what happened. I can't speak on what happened after a few years down there, but I admire his ability to get ready to get the hell up out of here.
Take a jump.
The opportunities out here. We don't have opportunities here. People are not here to put people on. This is not a top 10 market to break music. This is not a top 10 market to break anything. No matter
Is that our fault though? Is that our fault?
It's not. It's not. It's not.
It's just the market that exists here, do you think?
It's racism.
Okay.
I want you to speak to that.
Right.
I want you to speak to that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example.
Okay.
Racism. Comparing Cincinnati to another city for a black man such as myself.
Okay.
In Cincinnati, I was working as a general manager and a regional manager, making roughly $35K. Right? In the 90s.
Okay.
In the 90s.
Okay.
In the 90s.
Okay. In the 90s.
That's good bread.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
Not now. You go
In the 90s. Yeah.
This was in the 90s.
Yeah.
When I moved to Miami, I tripled that with less responsibility in the first year. There's no stealing.
So the difference in economy too.
There's the diversity.
Okay.
There's true and absolute diversity. Nobody's being held back or put forward for any agenda.
Okay.
Now, contrary to recent news, and let's not even shift here, but just let's say, contrary to the Republican shit and shenanigans that's been going on down there now, contrary to that, the city itself, the pulse of the people, they don't judge you like they judge Cincinnati.
It's a diverse population, man. They're from all over the place.
When I was in Tampa, it was very light. It's not like here.
Yeah, and even it's a total difference from Miami to Tampa.
Right. Take it from someone
Tampa's
who
still even more country than Miami. Miami's like a third world country. So
I mean, there's
also
reasons
very much like New York City. I'm my bad, man. Miami's very much like New York City. It's a cultural pot. So in Cincinnati, no matter how educated you are as a black man, and I was a professional. I don't fucking put on shoelaces and pick up dirt. I'm white collar. I'm a businessman. I always have been. So when I had to get a job, I was in charge.
Right.
That's not a flex. That's just letting you know.
That's just what it is.
What it is.
What it is, right? So I understood how to also take that same mentality into this music shit, because that's the only way it's going to work.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry, man, I cut you off. Go ahead and make your point.
No. I was what I was gonna say is from someone who, like, my family is Cincinnati from like the 30s, right? German. There's a reason Over the Rhine's called Over the Rhine. It's all German culture and all that.
Right.
And I guess that's a privilege of mine that I don't recognize enough to see that's kind of like, there's things that happen. There's opportunities that arise for certain people, and there's opportunities that are cut off for certain people.
Right. So let me probably elaborate a little better. I'm not talking about racism in the active sense of you and I having an issue because of skin color.
No, I get it.
I'm talking about the system,
the systematic thing. Yeah, that's what I meant.
For example,
like, it goes back. It goes back. And it's ingrained.
For example, my first understanding of redlining was in the 90s, before it became this whole thing now of everybody trying to break down systematic racism. Right. When I bought my first home in North Avondale, in a nice little cul-de-sac full of old retired doctors and judges and shit. I'm in my 20s, happy as shit. Got my kids a backyard, right? Mm-hmm. I live right around the corner, however, from some real shit.
You're right.
But you bend that corner, and it's a whole nother.
Beautiful. Yes.
Even got my street even had its own zip code as to not be confused with Avondale's regular zip code.
Because man, I mean, Donato's ain't delivering to that zip code.
So 45239 is a red line zip code. But if you bought the house on my street, we got our own zip code to separate us from them, meaning these are the good folks. When
that was always the thing where
understand, man, that they look at that for jobs. And I'm not talking about you, sir. I'm talking about those people that are entrenched in the system, the system that's already in place. They look at your zip code to see if you're in the hood before they call you back for the fucking interview.
Yeah, for sure.
They looking at your last name. Is it Trevante, Devante? Is it Gomez? Is it Lopez?
Yeah.
They look at shit like that. Not you.
No,
not
I know, and I'm
but
not
the
taking it
ones-
personally
the
at all.
ones that are-
It's
the ones that are
eye-opening to me that
empowered.
you're bringing it up, and
I realize that.
I'm
and
more
then-
surprising. It's more surprising to me that it's surprising to me. So please
It
continue.
shouldn't be. But again, I'm
Yeah.
a seeker of information.
Right.
I'm talking a lot now, but generally I ask more questions than I speak. But y'all give me an opportunity, so I'm gonna talk some shit. So, and I am gonna circle back around to the question. The original question was, why did I leave? Because of those things. I understand the science of my kids needed to grow up in a better place. I didn't want my sons growing up in Cincinnati.
Wow.
Because to be quite frank, niggas gonna nig.
Wow.
And I compare my sons now, where I raised them and how I raised them, as comparison to their first cousins in Cincinnati. The difference between the two young men is night and day. I'm not saying he's cool, he's down, he's good, or he's a nerd. I'm not talking about nerd versus he a hood nigga. I'm just talking about the person is a whole person.
Right.
That knows how to express himself, that knows how to tell you what he's thinking and what he's feeling in a legible and correct manner.
Exactly, man. I feel you. Like
for himself, that knows how to make good decisions, that has had friends from all over the world.
That's it.
So circling back around to the question, Justin touching on that job situation, right? So that was the day job, right? I got to a level where I could not make any more money without getting another job to do something that I didn't want to do. I wanted to keep my job in music. I was running my studio and running my record stores. Once I dropped the record stores to focus more on the studio, that's when we really started getting our bag going with making these international connects and these more wide out connections outside the city. So we weren't involved in any of this so-called crabs in a barrel stuff at that time. I wasn't even thinking about Cincinnati. Unless you came to my studio and wanted to book a session, I didn't give a shit what you was doing.
Wow.
That's real.
Wow. So you climbed out of the crabs before you climbed out of the barrel. Yeah.
And anybody that was around me at that time that tells you that I wasn't talking the same way back then is a fucking liar. You didn't want to listen. I got people that I told stuff 3 years ago. They still don't want to fucking listen. But now they want help.
It takes discipline to listen to somebody and then execute. It takes discipline.
It takes humility too.
At the same time, I get it. I'm a straight shooter, dude. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't believe in it. I don't want it. I don't give it. Just tell me what's up. So people want you to coddle to their ego. I don't care how fresh you are. They never even talk about this. And this is some real shit for y'all. Everybody talks about, how great this person was or that person. I tell you, like, what they never mentioned was they talk about and I hate to keep bringing up Deb, but they talk about Scandal, right?
Yeah.
What they didn't know was these same people that was hating on Bomb Threat at the time, Scandal had a deal with me.
What the shit?
Scandal signed a management deal with me.
He never once spoke about you. He never spoke about you.
I remember him dealing with. He mentioned Power. It was Power Blast, right? It was a Power Blast at that time. Yeah, I remember him talking about.
Since 1992.
I remember him. Like, I associate you guys with Scandal. I think probably because of that. But I think I met you guys at Mad Frog because Jessica, who I mentioned earlier, used to work at Mad Frog. She used to work for Ivan. So I mean, yeah.
Right.
I came up with Scandal. Like, he took me on local tours and stuff.
Right.
Not once. Power, and not once.
That's what I'm saying. So again, nobody wanted to give credit to the progression. Nobody.
Because I can be big. I can be big in my small city.
Well, here's the thing. Some people did not like Scan. They didn't like his big personality.
I love it.
But majority do, but I've heard some people say otherwise. But me personally, we never had an issue. He signed a management deal with me, but he didn't want to do the things that I require him to do.
That
get
part.
where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
That part. I can see that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that too.
That part. I can see that.
Man, I need somebody to tell me what to do. Man, but
He
don't
did-
tell
I ain't
me what
doing
to
that.
do.
I ain't doing that.
Do it, right? He didn't want to do it.
I love my brother, but I can see him doing that.
I love
And
you, Marcus.
and that's okay. That's okay. We did. I got records from Scandal. Nobody's heard.
Me too.
And matter of fact, I just got a CD from one of my contacts in Germany that held on to an old CD, an album that we did that we never put out. That was pretty much produced by Scandal.
Wow. That's dope.
So I say that only to say this. You know I know my shit. You signed the fucking contract, because at that time nobody wanted to sign contract, but you signed the fucking contract, but you don't want to do the fucking work.
That's it. That's
Mhm.
it.
It's work.
People don't want to do the
Yeah.
work. They're not
No.
disciplined.
It's a job. It's
Look,
not just a hobby when you sign a paper and agree to
No.
do something. It becomes a job. Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to do the same monotonous thing over and over with enthusiasm.
Yeah. That around that same time, and I'm getting back to the question, my brother, about the leave. The
Oh, take your time. I'm enjoying this.
It's that was around the same time that I was planning a trip for me and Cuddy to dip over to France. We went to not Cannes, but Nice, France, also on the Riviera. There was a MIDM convention. MIDM, it was a big tech thing back at that time, right?
Pronounced nice in English.
Is it pronounced nice?
No, he's joking. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going,
Sorry.
Gino.
Sorry, man.
I wasn't ready for that. But and that was around that time. I think I invited Scan to go on that trip. He wasn't having it. I know I invited him to come down to Miami. He wasn't having it. Then I'm like, well, at least go up to New York and spend some months up there. Like I went up to New York. I spent 6 months.
He did that part. He went to New York briefly.
Briefly. You got to do the work.
You got to do the work.
It's not all about TV appearances, my man. It's not about the music video, and it's not about the studio.
Sometimes it's not about the music. Sometimes
these guys
network.
think about stage time and studio time. That's it. And that's why
it's about all them hours and all that work that you put in to all of a sudden become an overnight success.
Yeah, 30 years later, you get
right.
No, it's about going to New York, meeting up with Jordan, and
Right.
networking with his people there too.
Right.
That part.
So real quick before we move on, now you were cool with Scandal, right? And he never mentioned
Very
it.
much so. Never.
Right.
Not
So
once.
Why do you think that is?
Because he was the big fish. He was my management.
And to this day, when I'm talking to brand new clients, not by name, I say some people, they prefer to be the big fish in a little pond. Whereas me, I want to swim with the sharks in the ocean. And I literally moved to the ocean. I literally moved to South Florida. So at that time, when I realized that going back to work for someone else, I had a ceiling cap. Like I say, 35K, and that's like base. I got bonuses and bullshit like that as a regional manager, profit sharing shit like that. But as a base, that for 1998, that was pretty good. Now that's dog shit. Yeah. But at that time, I knew there was a cap. Also at the time, my wife at the time, she was in accounting. They wouldn't let a black woman get any further than the ceiling. Soon as we get down there, bro, our entire life and income is upgraded 300% in less than a year.
Man,
she was a CFO in Miami, couldn't get past the assistant counting desk in Cincinnati because of that racism. They don't care about the skin color down there as long as you can do your fucking job. No bullshitting in the big city. People think it's tropical. Most of those people down there coming in from New York too, the hustle is the same.
Yep.
I love it.
The hustle is the same. You got to hit the ground running. So to answer your question, so me and Cuddy, it was early 2000s. We go down to Billboard Music Awards. I get invited down there. I'm speaking at a panel. Now, remind you, I'm not at Mad Frog. I'm not at Top Cats. I'm about to speak on a panel at the Billboard Music Awards from Cincinnati.
Nobody knew about it.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Here we are struggling, trying to kicking our own asses, trying to put out a compilation album in this city. Don't know how to distribute. Don't know how to do anything.
Oh, by the way, I have always extended open invitation to do a Cincinnati compilation on Power Blast. Nobody has ever wanted to do it.
We need to talk to you. We need to talk to you off camera.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Off the camera.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Why?
I don't want to do it anymore because they don't promote their own stuff. They're not going to promote anything associated.
You would do it in conjunction with us on the
but they
with
don't
the show.
Promote. They don't promote.
We'll talk off camera.
We'll talk off camera. All right. So get into the story, right? So I found out during the Billboard Music Awards, which was pretty fucking amazing. I got invited to it because of a contact because I was doing ads in Billboard magazine. Again, while they're at Mad Frog arguing over the 16, I'm trying to get us in Billboard because we were selling a lot. Now, remember, in 1992, my cousin was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
What I did in 1992 was send him a pack of my tapes to the military base. He starts selling them on the San Diego military base for the United States Navy. He sells out in a couple of days. He needs me to send him some more tapes, Cincinnati. I sent him another batch of tapes. He's like, cuz we need some more tapes. So finally I had to get the tapes manufactured by that time.
Yeah, and you were on that Mapplethorpe hype too about it, right? Like, the whole world knew about Cincinnati. Yeah.
My cousin,
you should have knew me, man, because I was in the Marine Corps at that time.
Right. So my cousin, he's going from port to port all over the world. And every port, he's selling my tapes. We start building up a network of people across the globe even then.
Yeah.
We were getting phone numbers, email addresses, our mailing list we were still doing like hand flyers at that time. We were doing newsletters. I had a Power Blast newsletter that we would mail out to all our people every quarter. We had the Overseas European Connect. And so we were just basically shipping CDs over there. And they were selling. And they were asking for more. And they were selling. They were playing the shit on the radio. We had a bomb-ass following in Russia. It was stupid. And the beautiful thing is, from those times, I'm still in contact with some of those people. They grew up too.
Right.
And they're still playing hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still playing all my new shit too.
Right.
We'll get to that. So as we're down at the Billboard Music Awards, I speak on the panel. I get to start meeting everybody. I meet the #1 DJ from the top hip hop station at that time, before he became famous for We the Best.
You met Khaled.
Before he was Khaled. When he was just Khaled on the radio, making beats on the side.
Right.
This is the same weekend. And for some reason, man, it was like a perfect storm. At the time I had a big SUV, right? And I got a Power Blast rap on it. And we drove down to Miami. So people are seeing the Power Blast rap in Miami. People start hitting us up, blowing us up. We're getting invited to all these VIP parties, gratis. No wait at the door, no pay at the door, no nothing, gratis. They're asking me to come talk to this person, come meet this person. My boy Cuddy's with me, it's just me and him on this trip. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, amazed, like,
you did it.
How you getting all this action, dude? I'm like, I don't know. God's smiling on me, bro. But, you know, at that time, I'm taking business cards. The #1 DJ is Khaled. Then also the competing station had another guy named LA Smooth at the time. So dropping in, before I even moved there, I got the top 2 radio station DJs who are also the PDs for the radio in Miami.
Right now, yep.
And I'm meeting up with the Southern distributors in Miami. See, my thing was
the network.
Yeah, I bypass everybody else who they think is important.
You got past all the gatekeepers.
Yeah, easily. So we're standing down there. We're meeting everybody, bro. This is like when a young Pit Bull was first out of Miami. He was on Lil Jon's first record before he went pop. Pit Bull was in the studio with Lil Jon that same week. We had Cuddy about to feature on that. This is a funny fucking story. Cuddy B. Spooky fucking bumps into Lil Jon. This is before Lil Jon became as huge as he is. This was the album that broke him. Right. This was the album in the making at that time. Cuddy bumps into him. Cuddy was a big guy. He's like 6 something, I don't know. But everywhere I went, I'm like, this is my artist. but everybody thinks he's my bodyguard at that time. You know what I'm saying?
My security artist.
They both, you know, it's not aggressive, but Cuddy's so fucking big, Lil Jon gets a little scared. And I think he got embarrassed because he was scared. So he like runs off. The thing that was fucked up was I was just talking to Lil Jon about where they were going to be recording at that night because we had already started talking. So, and I'm like, Cuddy, man, you just fucked up your opportunity because, like, at that point, I wasn't really trying to be out front rapping heavy. I was just trying to be the representative. So, like, Cuddy, I was just talking to them about where they're gonna be at the studio, man. We could have got you slid in there, not even knowing this record was about to go kaboom.
Yeah.
But Pitbull was on it, little young kid before he went pop. I mean, he was a spitter. I mean, he was a spitter, and I was just getting to know the local people there. And even the celebs there, but I was more so getting to know the people behind the celebs.
Business people.
I'm getting to the business people. I don't need autographs. You know, it was cool. I met Jada. I love Jadakiss, hell of a lyricist. I met Jadakiss back then. I'm like, shit, I'm having a great time. Yeah. But also, I went to all the panels, not just the award shows. I conducted a panel. I went to listening panels. Usher had a panel there at the time. Up close Q&A, meeting in person. Matthew Knowles, Beyonce's father at that time, he was on the panel. He offered me an internship off of one meeting.
Timing and opportunities.
Timing and opportunity. At that age, I already got a family. I can't be an intern.
Right.
Yeah.
But it meant a lot because he was dropping some serious game at this conference, man, and he was open to talk to people afterwards. For like real, you know, he understood the business. He really, really understood the business. Whatever their other business was, that's on them. But that guy is smart. He is smart. And I think a lot of people don't ask the right questions when they get in front of people who have this information. And then also build the relationships. Why would you put somebody away because you don't like their style? I think that's my gripe. If I had any gripe about Cincinnati, you don't like my style because it's different than yours. Well, I think you sound like you pretending to be from New York. I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit. I'm me. I talk how I talk. When you read a text from me, it sounds like I'm talking to you. If I post on social media, it sounds like I talk. I don't pretend.
Gino, I'm fine not being the smartest, but I'm going to inquire so I can get myself on the level. And I think that's the problem here. Everybody thinks they're the smartest.
Yeah.
So we can't get any traction.
Right. And that thinking right there, man, is why I start asking more questions than speaking.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I just wanted to ask that guy the question to elaborate on what he meant and give me an example of when it happened.
Oh, don't worry. Like we're gonna have a like
you're coming back. At the end of the day, here's the big fucking question. If I'm not good enough to mention in an hour of good memories in Cincinnati, on this podcast, on that podcast, on that podcast. Now, I don't know what your subscribers are. I don't know what you're following and how many views you got. I don't know. But however many people that is, that's who heard you besmirch my fucking name, and I'm still doing business. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but I'm making a living. This is what I do. I don't clock in. So I want that answer to that shit. So you have to understand the psychological behind that, man. I'm thinking about business. The question, the big fucking $100 million fucking question is, if I'm not mentioned in the Scandal Talk, the Mad Frog Talk, the Superpowers Talk, if I'm not mentioned in the whatever, the Third Finger Record Pool Talk or the Summer Jam or whatever the fuck shit was going on, if I'm not mentioned in any of that, but when you say bomb threat was a crab in a barrel, how great was I not to be mentioned, but yet I held you back?
Wow.
I can hold you back if I wasn't mentioned as doing anything good. How?
Yeah,
we're gonna have to have you both on here so we can discuss this. I have no idea. I didn't know you had this much influence on the city. And I didn't know any of this.
because nobody likes to talk about my influence because my personality is too strong. See, and that's probably why I never had any problem with scandal, because I got a big ego too, but I'm a businessman. I know how to manage personalities and I know how to manage people.
That's what he needed. He needed somebody who could manage.
He didn't want the structure.
He didn't want structure.
I'm all about structure, bro. That's the only way we progress. So again, that's not to say that we parted ways on any kind of bad terms.
He's a good man.
It was still love. Yeah. It was still love. When I came back to visit, it was still love. So not nobody get that misconstrued. It was love to the end. Till I heard about what happened. It was love. So let's get that clear. But the question is, if a person is not mentioning any of the good shit that Cincinnati had going on, how can that person that's nobody have held you back?
We're going to find out. Can you tell us about the artists you're managing here?
Real quick. I never did get his question answered. Okay. So when I moved down to Miami, man, what I found out, they were filming Bad Boys 2. When I found out they were filming Bad Boys 2, I got with the city commissioner and I got with the business bureau. I got with the Chamber of Commerce. They gave me a package. It was called an entertainment package. I don't know how much time you guys got. Or
we got plenty of time.
We got as much time as you have.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna drop off here because I really just wanted to get my question answered and talk with you guys for a little bit. But for real, if you appreciate this, bro, they had entertainment packages for record labels, for music companies, for studios, for film companies, for film producers. The government, the city had loans and grants available for you starting a record label, a recording studio, a film production company. So they sent that to me, real mail, snail mail. You know, we were the first group to have a website too. God damn it. Power Blast Worldwide launched in 1998.com. And we were selling shit on there, and we had real audio streaming on the website back in
real audio. Shout out to real audio.
So I got to look at this package. Like they had these financial packages for you starting a business. Now in Cincinnati and towns like Cincinnati, your business package, if the only thing that's going in there that's going to have anything black on it is going to be a nightclub. And you got to go through hell to get the zoning and the liquor permit if you're getting a brand new place versus taking over another place that already has an existing liquor license.
This is true.
Right. So that's what you get in Cincinnati. Like when I got my loan through the SBA, it was a small business loan. And it was only because I had records, I had a corporate bank account, and I had all my shit in order that they gave me the loan for my studio at that time. There was no Alizé bottles and bullshit hanging around and blunt smoke all over the fucking place. Nope. I had a performance area for people to perform live at my studio. I had a lounge area for niggas to play video games in my studio. I had the sound booth. And best of all, my studio was a former bank. The vocal booth was a vault, an actual bank vault. So I looked over these packages and I said, man, I can get one of these loans and just take Power Blast and move the studio down there on South Beach. They giving out these loans, right? So I got to do a business plan, another one. Like I said, I got an uncle that's really, really a good savvy businessman that's kind of been my mentor all my life. Get with him, update the business plan. I get my business plan together. I get with the Chamber of Commerce of the city of Miami and Broward County, Fort Lauderdale. Then I get with the Black Chamber of Commerce as well. And I get with Citibank, and Citibank okays the loan. For how much? More than what Universal Records was trying to offer me. And they don't want to own my masters or my merch or my likeness or my name. I just got to pay the loan back.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, Gino. I'm glad that we let G Fresh go that hard that night. And
we'd have never met you.
Yes.
Because
things happen.
You've dropped some absolute gems tonight. So
I'm over here taking notes.
And I like I said, man, for those who are willing to listen, I've never been stingy with information. And that's kind of also why I took offense to that comment he made, because I've never been stingy with information. They just didn't want to listen.
Yeah. Damn.
It's not my business to make a grown man do something. I got kids to feed.
Presuppose everybody humbles themselves and actually listens to Gino. Where's Cincinnati at? Where we at?
Well,
Where we at?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm still telling the long version of the answer
Okay.
to that gentleman's question.
Holy crap.
Right. So this is, at this point, we're pushing maybe 2003. Now, mind you, again, I'm gone from Cincinnati permanently in 2002. So whatever happened after that ain't got shit to do with me. I tried to get my guys that stayed behind to keep the studio open and run it, but they didn't want to buy me out. It's okay. I invited a couple of people to come down with me. They didn't want to come. It's okay. It was very frustrating. And once again, fellas, I moved to a city where I did not have family. I moved my entire family to a city foreign.
A leap of faith, man. That's a leap
A
of
leap
faith.
of faith.
Yeah.
A leap of faith. And my first job was a corporate job down there, right? So I got back into corporate because I knew I need to get a lot of money up real fast.
Yeah.
So I'm renting my house out in Cincinnati, and I'm getting into a rental down in Miami. I got to come up with some money fast. One of my guys from Cincinnati, he goes by the name of Rising Sun.
Oh,
Shout out to Rising Sun.
the homie.
Yeah.
Rising Sun, that's my guy. I'm still working with him to this day.
Oh, man.
Word?
Tell
Yeah.
him we said hello, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So he comes.
He moved to Miami?
He comes.
There we go.
That
So
makes
check this
sense.
out.
That tracks.
It takes a minute. It takes a minute, right? It takes a minute. I've invited everybody who I've had good times with, good sessions with, right?
Mhm.
I had good sessions with Scan. I had good sessions with my own guys, my real hardcore guys, and I invited everybody to come down. And come down, man. I said, I'm about to do something real fucking major, man. Just come, because it can't happen there. Because honestly, I was sitting in my studio one evening, bro, down there on Vine Street, and I felt like these streets getting a little bit crazy. Somebody gonna come up in here and try to rob me, and either I'm gonna have to kill them or they're gonna have to kill me.
Wow.
No, nothing happened. It's just a feeling that I got.
It was wild back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the way the hood was moving back then, right?
Yeah.
I was right in the community. Like my
Yeah.
studio was not at my house. I actually had an actual building for my studio, not in no basement, not in no house.
Yeah, you had to lead a house.
I had a legit building, And I just felt like, you get the walk-bys, the looky-loos and all that shit. And I kept it pretty tight. And I was very professional. You don't even get to come in without a deposit. I was about business. And most of the people that didn't like me, they didn't like me because I was all about business.
Professional.
I had a contract for everything. All our shows had contracts. If they got shit back in the back room at Top Cats, I'm sure our name's on the contract. I had contracts for everything. They didn't want to sign no contracts. But I needed to get away from that, bro. I felt negative energy. I felt that this is only going to go so far here, and I need to take that leap of faith. I need to get the hell out of here. Lo and behold, there's opportunities for me here, and I never thought I was going to be going down south to Miami because my ambitions were always either New York or LA.
Right.
But it just so happened that trip when we went down for the Billboard Music Awards, it just
That
opened.
shit happened. Yeah.
And it opened so many doors, bro. I mean, the gates was just open. It was like they didn't care what your style was as long as you were good.
I like that.
You good. Or if you're on the other side, are you a hard worker? Are you a hustler? Don't talk about it. Be about it. Be on time. Call when you say you're going to call. Respond to emails. Answer back. Be a man that you say you is. I got tired of not being around that. And I needed to be around that. I need to be around some perfect strangers because perfect strangers will make you fucking rich.
Man.
Your friends ain't gonna fucking get you through Christmas. They ain't buying the t-shirts. They ain't buying the hoodies. They ain't buying the CDs. They ain't buying the downloads. So I get to Miami. Right when all the record stores about to collapse because of fucking Napster.
Gotcha.
Right. So I get a call from my old boss. Oh, no, not a call. I ran into him. I'm on South Beach, right? At one of the old affiliate stores for Transworld Entertainment. And I happened to bump into one of the other guys I used to work for, one of the VPs. He's like, hey, what you doing down here? I'm like, I live down here now, man. I'm just enjoying myself, right? He was like, oh man, he was like, after you left, your store over in Rookwood closed down.
Yeah.
The store closed down, and then the Tri-County, we had to flip that for this, and then it was another store, what was it, Beachmont, some fucking where. Like he's like, those stores, man, we getting washed, bro. They're killing us. Like all that was the very, very beginning of the record stores closing down. What also happened was because of that, the national situation and the streaming situation, studios started to feel it too.
Yeah.
So right at that same time, I got everything I needed to get from Citibank to open my studio. I had the space, I had everything. I was even going to trick that shit out and make it into some other shit too. But something said, don't do it right now. Don't do it right now. So I put it off, right? And I just go start interning at South Beach Studios, which was owned by Chris Blackwell, is the white guy that discovered Bob Marley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Island Records. Mm-hmm. So Island Records owns this spot at 1200 Collins. It used to be called the Marlin. It was a reggae bar, a hotel, a modeling agency, and a recording studio in the same building. Everybody was recording there. Twista, Beyonce did Baby Boy with what's the guy? Sean Paul.
Yeah.
Debut album, Baby Boy, and that was recorded there. I was in the next room while they was recording that. All the Marleys came through there. So I'm just meeting people, bro. And I'm just back, just keeping my head down. I'm just learning the game with the real people, right?
Yeah.
Not trying to take no credit. I'm not trying to be in anybody's face. I'm just soaking up game. I'm just seeing how things are moving. But I'm getting paid at the same time. I'm getting paid to do what I do, which is, push buttons and mix records and whatnot from time to time. I wasn't concerned with all the starstruck shit, but I did appreciate meeting a lot of people that I did meet. Like I met some really cool people, and I also met some assholes. Because down there it's just like New York City, it's just like LA. The celebrities just out and about.
Yeah, everybody's like, I got this idea.
Like they're just out there, right? So I'm working at this spot, man, and I'm still thinking, should I do my own joint? But then I start noticing the bigger studios, because we also have a hit factory down in it's in North Dade. Similar to the hit factory in NYC, but it's our North Dade. So Timbaland used to record there. Jodeci way back in the 90s used to record there and shit. Wayne was recording there a lot, and we were in the rehearsal space across from them guys, man. So we ran into a lot of these guys a lot. Matter of fact, Wayne's car hit my bass player one night. Yeah, I got a ton of funny stories, man. Yeah, he clipped him, like he clipped his bass or whatever. And Lil Wayne jumps out like, man, I'm sorry, man. And like gives him like a honey, like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, really. And drives off and shit. But like shit like that, I just soak it up as funny experiences, but I never got starstruck because that's not the business.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to do business with Lil Wayne, I don't talk to Lil Wayne. I talk to Cortez.
Wow.
So I'm trying to get to the people that's making the shit move. I'm trying to move. I don't care about fame at this point. I'm just trying to understand how this city works. Like I know how Cincinnati works at the time. I'm trying to understand how this city works. I spend enough time in New York to know how New York works. I'm trying to understand how this spot works because I don't know anybody. I ain't got no friends. I got a whole bunch of people that claim that they like what I'm doing and they can help me and do this and that and the other and invite me to, wild parties and all that crazy shit. But some relationships were built and they're solid. They don't fuck around. Some people in Cincinnati fuck around too much.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
In all aspects. I say this, man. I say how you do anything is how you do everything. You practice lazy, you gonna play lazy. You got to have discipline to do this, bro. I've been trying to figure out how to milk every single penny out of this music shit since 1992. I don't care if you think I'm not the best lyricist. I don't care if you think my beats ain't the best. I don't give a fuck. I got 900,000 people last year that told me they like my shit.
Woo! Tell them.
Right.
Tell them.
That's what I know for a fact, and I can back it up. And I ain't got no fake streams. I'm talking about people, not streams. I'm talking about people.
Yeah.
So, independently owned.
Independently. So the thing in Miami was the bubble burst on the record stores, which affected the studios and everybody downsized. Even people like Gloria Estefan, her husband, Emilio Estevez, had a studio. I went to their studio. Real nice couple. He even moved his shit from the big place back to like the little hacienda or whatever. People were downsizing. So it was like, damn, I'm glad I didn't take that loan right now. I would have took a fucking bath.
Right.
And then
Right.
it would have been the same situation I'd have been in a record label, in debt for nothing with no income coming in from that.
Like
so
your gut kept you out of that though.
So what I did, I started just taking a back seat to that ownership for a while and just slid in the cut. And I started being more behind the scenes. So I started working at the studio by day. I was also learning how to do video editing and web design and stuff, working at this other little startup company. I started working for a lot of startups. And I also got a line in on somebody that needs some marketing and promotions that had heard about me. And it was through Rising Sun that also knew this other person. So they were doing a little startup label down there. Turns out the guys were from Ohio originally. So we kind of clicked up, right? They had a label and they had funding. So they paid me to market this guy and put together a rollout for this dude, right? The problem was they were paying me good money, way more money than anybody in Cincinnati would even consider paying. But again, I'm playing with the big leagues. You know, you can't get a guy to spend $100 on marketing, you know, what we're talking about.
Jesus.
They got every goddamn drum machine in the book, but they ain't spending shit on marketing.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So moving right along. Take that how you take it.
You just punched me in the stomach. Keep going.
Right. So I've downsized my studio considerably. I had a full set, full SSL board and all that shit. From now to then, I carry my studio in my bag with me. I got my MPC, my little keyboard, and my laptop, my mic, and my cameras, and I'm gone.
That's all you need.
I'm mobile. I'm gone. I don't need that fancy shit that people think making a band is all about.
But technology is great, isn't it?
So everybody got downsizing. And you also remember, this is the exact same time that Pro Tools hit. So it was easy to downsize your studio.
Yeah.
Because Pro Tools hardware had hit the scene. I think at that time, it was right after that Ricky Martin record, Living La Vida Loca. That was the first album completely recorded on Pro Tools in Miami. After that record came out and they saw what Pro Tools could do as a full tool, everybody started selling their tape tracks, except for the gearheads, of course.
Right.
Gearheads don't keep their stuff, you know.
Right.
But most of the people that do it for a living, that's really doing it for a living, they downsized everything. So I was cool winning with this one little studio spot. Plus, I saw the famous people coming and going all the time. I could meet whoever was the manager or whoever was this person to put me with that person. I'm like I said, I'm a seeker of information. I'm always trying to find an opportunity to make something happen for the people that I represent and for myself. So I was back in management mode. So they hired me to do a job for this guy. So I'm doing the marketing for this guy. He's recording the record, but he doesn't want to come outside. Who doesn't want to come outside in Miami in 2003?
You're wild.
I mean, I might sleep outside in Miami.
Right. Right. So then you remember, this is 2003, 2004, 2005. Katrina hits in 2005. So by 2006, everybody on Cash Money's living in Miami.
Yeah.
Everybody in Miami. Everybody. What hip hop artist who claims to be one of the hottest lyricists ever? He's from Cincinnati, so I'm not going to say his name because I think he's retired. And I don't want to say anything bad about anybody, but I'll say that he didn't want to work. You lose somebody?
No, I'm still here. I just had to handle something.
He didn't want to work, right? I'm out. I'm new to the city. This guy had already lived there. He lived there. The artist was from Cincinnati, and he had lived there for a while before I got there. I'm representing him on behalf of his label who's funding him his rap career. He doesn't want to come out with me and network and meet people. He doesn't want to do it.
Someone come out in Miami.
In Miami.
To meet Wayne.
It would be hard to reel me in Miami, I think.
Right. Now remember. Remember. Now this is after I moved, but remember what I told you. And again, this is not a flex. These are just the facts. Remember I told you I had already met everybody that kind of put me on before I moved there. So when I moved there, I'm keeping these relationships going. So I'm getting in my groove, man. I'm feeling myself and shit like, hell yeah, I made the right decision. Not just for the kids, but for me, this shit about to blow. They got movies filming down this motherfucker. I'm at a party. Will Smith walks in. What the fuck? I'm feeling it, right? He don't want to come out.
From here. From here.
Yes. You see where I'm going with this, right?
Yes.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Not making this up. Not making this up. That's just the coincidence that the guy was from Cincinnati, the artist. The label that was funding the artist, he was from, I think, either Columbus or Cleveland originally. They had both been in South Florida, living in Fort Lauderdale for quite some time. The guy that was funding it, he came up somehow. He got the money. He wanted to jump off with the label, get his boy going. You know how we all do.
Right.
If we ain't got the talent, but we got the resources, we want to help our guy out. That's what we want to do. I mean, generally at the heart of our hearts, we want to help each other out.
Right.
Before any hate steps in, we want to help each other out. That's what he's trying to do. This guy was paying me 3 racks a month to market this guy, and this guy would not come outside with me. This is what happened. He's the artist, right? I'm not even flying my flag, guys. I'm not even flying the Power Blast flag at this point. I'm not even flying Gino Black flag. People just call me G. They just be like, hey, G, da-da-da-da. I'm not even on me. I'm out exclusively for this artist and for this label, and he doesn't want to come outside. So what happens is people see me out so much, the city starts to know me more than him.
The artist.
Why in any region is maybe they thought I was his manager. Technically, I was not his manager, but for all intent and purposes, they think I'm his representative, right?
Right.
I'm his marketing guy. I'm his promoter, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? What would it look like if they keep seeing me, they get to know me, they like me, they're offering me shit. They want to do favors for me. When you finally show up, they don't know who you are.
Word.
Then they get mad at you.
And exactly.
See?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Why don't anybody know me?
That's exactly what happened. However,
you need to do your job, G.
Right. However, the saving grace was Rising Sun did come down. And I got that guy to fit the bill for him.
Rising Sun.
Yeah. We did an album that has yet to be released. And some more stuff, and some more stuff. And some of that stuff is with Scandal.
Nice.
I'm just dumbfounded right now.
This guy, look, man, this guy, this is what you got when you got good intentions, but you just backed the wrong guy. The guy had money to do what he needed to do. He built the studio in his house. He built the office in his house. He set up shop. He got his LLC. He got his business in order. You know, all the things, the same stuff that I did before getting into business. So he can write his company check to my company check. You know, just strict. He was on that. He was on top of all that. But he couldn't motivate this guy to do anything. Whatever this guy was suffering from, depression or low self-esteem, I'm not sure. It's not for me to figure out. That's for him and his therapist. But all I care about is that work. I don't care how hot you were in the studio last night.
Because it doesn't matter.
Honestly, I don't care how hot your next song's going to be. Just, is it done yet? Is it done? If you're good and I fuck with you, I expect you to already be good in the studio. You don't need me to tell you you're good.
Right. Is it done?
Is it done?
Yeah.
Because what we also started doing when I got down to Miami, as I was mentioning to you about the benefits of having them with the grants and the loans and stuff for entertainment companies, we also started getting into sync licensing. We got on some compilations. We got on some West Coast compilations. I tried to get Scandal on one of those compilations. He didn't want to do it.
What?
It wasn't the same type of hip hop that he made.
Oh man, instead of
kill every
track.
I hear you.
Remember,
That tracks though. That tracks.
everybody, you know, you remember before the source became the dominant Bible for hip hop, you remember they had rags popping up from everywhere. You know, we had a whole bunch of magazines coming out of LA and the Bay, pretty much everywhere. You know, you had those like Murder Rap and you know, all kind of wild names. Murder Rap, Rap City,
Pages, yeah.
Rap Pages. We did a Rap Pages compilation. Nice. And a Murder Rap compilation, West Coast compilation. And then those started turning into placements. So I had to learn how to do placements, because also while I was doing our rap band, managing Cuddy B Spooky, managing an alternative rock band, and managing a heavy metal band, I also signed a jazz band out of Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
Like I said at the top of the call, fellas, I believe in music.
Right.
No offense to anybody, but I'm about that music in any form. As long as you are good, I will back it. I love hip hop. That's what I do. But that's not all there is.
Right.
This jazz group, right? They're like, why the fuck you working with a jazz group? You don't bring anything to that equation. Yeah, but they bring me.
Right.
I immediately got them deals for their music to be featured in BMX sports DVDs and videos. Start earning residuals for them right away, first year. I started getting little placement sync deals. Hell, I was even before I left Cincinnati at my studio, I was even doing like forensic audio for the city when they needed to clean up shit to try to prove a case or something. I would get those bids because I was bidding on city contracts on the side for my other side business.
Damn, I didn't even think about that side of the hustle. That's
We should bid on that.
Ding, 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 dropping gems.
The city has to give a certain amount of jobs to women and minority-owned businesses and any other indigent personality. So you find out what percentage has been met. You log into the city's database and put your LLC information in there, and then you can bid on jobs. It'll be simple as data entry or going out and doing some marketing survey or something, but you can get money, put it through your LLC, and bang. There's all kind of stuff you can do.
It's kind of too much information.
Ding, 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 ding,
my
ding,
mind's exploding. That's
So Rising Sun comes down to Miami. I dumped the other guy. Like, I'm just not even going to argue with the guy no more. He's not coming out. Rising Sun starts hanging out with me. We start recording his album. I'm doing some beats. The other guy's doing some beats. We already had beats that were unfinished that he and Scandal had worked on before I left Cincinnati. And Scan was still sending me down the tracks that I needed to finish up the project. Like I say, we were still on good terms, bro. So again, I hope nobody ever gets that misconstrued.
Work.
But we're working, and Rising Sun is out with me every fucking where. He was ready to work. That guy got off that Greyhound ready to rumble, boy. He was out with me every night. And again, Miami is not Cincinnati. We don't know the difference between Monday and Friday night and Sunday night and Saturday night because everything's always open.
Yep.
There's something to do for everybody, whether you like hip hop, whether you like salsa, whether you like whatever. There's something for you to do in South Florida. Shit's open. So we were hitting up live venues every night. Me and Ross Fuji, what I called him at the time, Ross Fuji. Remember, he used to be with Storm Children.
Storm Children, of course.
So we're rolling around, man. I'm in my SUV. At that time, I got, it's not rap, but I still got my Power Blast logo on the little magnet sign. So it's official. And we're just hitting up every spot possible, man. I'm introducing him to the Marleys, to other reggae artists in town. Because at that point, he had slipped away fully from hip hop and didn't lean more towards the reggae team.
Yeah.
And he still dropped some rhymes on some stuff we did recently, but at that time it was more just strictly reggae. Yeah. I got him on stage with a bunch of different bands. He was introduced to a lot of people. He started getting connected with a lot of people. He was having a great time, bro. We're recording this album. He's out with me all the time. People started to know his name. You're building relationships. Right. And I use that as an example for the guy that was running the label at the time. I said, do you see the difference? It's not me. It's your artist's
willingness.
Strong guy.
Right.
This artist is ready to go. And again, I'm doing all this being a father of 4.
Do your children show any proclivity or like leaning into the entertainment business or anything like that?
Oh yeah, that's when I got my second license in placement on HBO, my daughter's song.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my daughter did some alternative rock singing for a little bit.
Oh,
And I produced the album for her, and we released some singles. They're out on it. The name of her act is She Loves No One.
okay.
I produced those tracks. So this, like, if you listen to those tracks again, it's She Loves No One.
Okay.
It's not hip hop. It is rock and alternative and sort of electronica. But just to give you a bit of my resume, all those tracks, I did those tracks. So that lets you know my range.
That's dope.
I'm not only just making, MPC beats. I'm arranging. So I also learned down in Miami, working in the studio, how to work with different arrangers, a keyboard player, a bass player, drummer. I had to learn my scales because one thing I learned, I was a self-taught beat maker, right? I'm a self-taught keyboard player. I came up on a Roland 909. I never had the 808. I had the 909. And then I had the Alesis B16 or some of that.
Yep.
Then the separate sequencer that looks like a Star Trek thingamajig, right?
Little great joint.
Right. Before I got my first MPC, right? Everybody was running up and just using MPC at beatbox. But I was like, I need my own shit. So I got my own shit, called Sweetwater, and got my own delivered. Didn't know how to work the shit, but I figured it out. But although I was making some good sounding music at that time in the late 90s, when I got down to Miami, I started working with real musicians.
Yeah, people, they're like, hey, so what key is that in? And you're like,
play it.
But here's what I learned about myself, fellas, is that I know that a lot of guys coming from where we come from would shy away from that, just based on my own experience, because they shy away from even information from me that seems foreign to them. So they would have shied away and been like, well, I just don't want to play no more. I don't know what key it is. And this was before you can get an app that tells you what key the song is in.
Right.
What I did was, even though I thought I was a beast on beats, you know what I'm saying? And let that be said too. Cincinnati got some dope fucking talent.
True.
My era,
unquestionable.
My era, and the current era, and the era going forward. I will never say we ain't got the talent. I will never say my hometown does not have the talent.
We've never been about talent.
It's never been about talent. It's about work ethic and trying new things. People are afraid to explore new avenues. The music industry has changed faster than every other industry over the last 20 years. True. They're not keeping up. You know how everybody's doing singles now?
Yeah.
I've been doing that shit for 3 years. I told everybody, we're not doing albums no more in 2021. It's a single every month. Every single month since 2021, January 1st, I've dropped a single of mine or somebody else's on my label. Last year, I had 900,000 listeners.
Jesus.
Not streams.
Listeners.
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 In a good month, I have 22,000 monthly listeners.
Listeners.
Not followers, because the people that follow your Apple and your Spotify and whatnot, they ain't necessarily listening.
They don't listen.
Listening.
Right.
I'm talking about monthly listeners. And this is kind of getting into what I'll be talking about on my podcast. But to sum it up, Miami, it shifted, but I had to pivot with it. And the record stores went under, studios went down. I played my position where I was at. I was building good relationships, being in a position where most people would be like, man, I was in there with that and I ain't getting no credit. Who the fuck I look like calling up Sony saying I was the second mix engineer on that and
my name's not on there.
You guys follow what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And to say that, read between the lines of what I'm saying. I worked on some of these records.
Yeah. I mean, but it's not so much the recognition; it's the experience.
I was doing the work, bro. Nobody wants to work no more. I was doing the work. I was getting the experience. I was trying to understand these people's personalities. You got to play this game, bro. And everybody now runs around overusing chess, not checkers. Half them fucking people can't even play chess.
They don't even know how to play.
They don't even know how to play.
Wouldn't even know how to set up the board.
So I'm playing my position. I'm learning at that studio. I'm getting some good contacts. I'm not even going heavy on Power Blast. I'm not going heavy on Gino Black, nothing. I'm working with these other people. But through those channels, guess what I got the opportunity to do? Like I said, I humbled myself to learn chords and to learn the scales. I had a guy, my guitarist, he's from Berkeley Music. Amazing. He's a fucking total music snob, but he's amazing. I got a drummer that when you see him playing, you think he's on drugs or something. But he is like Questlove hot. Yeah. Just unsung. I got a group of guys in Miami that's just unsung, bro. We haven't done anything for a while because I've been chilling out on those guys and kind of focusing on what I've been working on for the last 3 years. But I learned how to work with people in that sense of being a real creative process. And I haven't had that in a long time. Back in the early 90s, mid 90s, we had some real good, cool studio sessions that were real collective minded, communal, thought provoking. Let's make out some good music. But then it became, well, it should sound like this. It should sound like that. And nobody should tell you how your music should sound. Your music should sound like you. And you shouldn't be trying to sound like anybody else because nobody buys the fake Cadillac. They buy a Cadillac.
That's right.
Ain't nobody out here looking for the fake Mercedes. They looking for the real Mercedes. So stop trying to sound like that other person. Be brave enough to sound like you. Be true to you. That's what a lot of people fail to realize beyond doing the work. So I'm down here just soaking up game, and I'm getting opportunities. And I'm always looking for opportunities, man. And I'm not afraid to humble myself. Now, again, I ain't kissing nobody's ass.
Correct.
You get disenchanted with that type of fuck shit. I don't even kiss my client's ass now and they pay me. I don't do that. But I'm meeting people and I'm learning things. I'm learning who to mess with, who not to mess with. What steps to take, what not steps to take. I'm taking notes. All this time I'm learning. I got a full education of the shady music business, the shady film industry, the good parts of it, who's good people, who's not good people. You know what I'm saying? It's been a great experience, bro. Plus, the best part is my sons grew up, and now my sons are their own men, doing better than motherfucking G Fresh.
And with that, concludes another destructive episode of Destroy All Podcast 05.
Yeah.
Luno. Gino, where can we find you online? How can our guests find you and find your music?
Instagram is Gino Black Official. My new website I just launched is GinoBlackMusic.com. I'm sending a lot of traffic to my website now. I got a song coming out next week called Frenzy, but you can get a free download if you go to my website now. That's www.GinoBlackMusic.com. I'm keeping you updated with that. I've been filming for the podcast. My podcast is not going to be live. It's all going to be pre-recorded, but it's going to be giving you some good gaming information. Oh, also, my love for Cincinnati still is there, as I say, because I'm working with a hip-hop artist named Black North.
Black North, yeah.
Black North is an underestimated guy by a lot of people in Cincinnati and was told that he couldn't make it. Well, I'm here to tell you, when I met Black North in 2021, he was dropping albums since probably going back to the 90s. He knows all the same people that we know, but he never got encouragement from anybody. So if anybody was ever talking about in the barrel, it would be somebody like that, because he's a good lyricist. He's an amazing lyricist, but because he chose to talk about different topics than somebody else, they wanted to exclude him from their party. Well, the come up is he got with me, and he went from 8 listeners a month to 22,000 listeners a month.
We want him to come on the show.
We're going to get him on the show. Black North is exactly proof evidence, and he would tell you where I taken him because he listened and humbled himself to follow the instructions. I laid out a map. I gave him a plan. I told him I had a new process on how we can move this music, get more streams, get more listeners, and get more attention on us. Let's not focus local. Think global. You can act local, but think global. I don't even market in Cincinnati. I don't even market their music in Cincinnati. So when people see stuff on Facebook, people think I'm posting a lot on Facebook. I have my team posting all our releases. We got music. We had new music come out last week. I got another artist from Cincinnati. His name is Old June. Old June has a new song out right now called Water. It's on Power Blast Worldwide. Water, Old June. I also got a new producer I'm working with named Ari Martin from Cincinnati. Nice. Now, in the last 3 years, I've gone from 0 to millions of streams, almost 1 million listeners in 1 year. And I did the same thing with Black North. I just did the same thing with Old June. Old June's been performing in Cincinnati last couple of weekends. His song, I Tried, I got that over 100,000 streams in less than 3 months. The record just took off overseas. because I market overseas. I got business partners in the UK. I got business partners in Australia. I got business partners in Asia, and I work all my contacts. I don't just put my song out and say, here's our new song.
Listen.
Be dope. No, I market music. I send my music. I don't need record pools because I already got the fucking connects. I got my contacts on the ground in Germany that I send our shit to, and then they disseminate it to the people in their town. And I got my guy who's also a DJ in Melbourne, Australia, who disseminates it between Australia and his hometown in India. I got people working for me around the planet that's working with our cause because they listen. They understand the formula and they listen. And Black North he can now say, regardless of what the other guys in Cincinnati said about me, I have outsold them. Jesus. Black North has more listeners than everybody else in Cincinnati in our age bracket that's still rapping. You can look at his numbers on Spotify if you don't fucking believe me. That's not y'all, that's to them.
Yeah, he's also got this podcast that he's promoting that's going to be worldwide.
Yes.
We want to be on it.
Let me let these guys.
Yeah, let's get it. Please like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, you may gain clearance. Until the next time, friends, we all say
peace.
Dropping June. Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Man, thank you for coming on. This has been a blessing.
So, G-Verse, let me ask you this, man. Yes, like, you see all these other places bubble around us. How come Cincinnati never popped?
It was craft and American. I can tell you about like bomb bread. I can tell you about, especially when we started doing hip hop. And I was like, look, I put you in record pool, and I had shows for people like I'd have shows for my artists that were not what you call it for hip hop. They was getting rap, and I thought I was cool with that. We went to the Belmont. God, I don't know. I think Underground was just never know.
So, G-Verse, let me ask you this, man.
Yes,
like, you see all these other places bubble around us. How come Cincinnati?